Number 3, Antonio Banderas. It's the voice that gets me.
Something my brother taught me. I killed him.
It really is. His voice is just so perfect, so beastly, and I believe we talked about this. He's the only guy who can play the guitar and make beautiful
There's
swings.
this incredible opening shot in that's Once Upon a Time in Mexico,
Yes.
where he's playing his guitar, and he's the only actor you could do like this sweep shot as he plays the guitar. And make it look so cool. He makes anything look awesome.
He's unbelievable.
And shout out to Johnny Depp in Once Upon a Time in Mexico
yes,
too.
also very cool.
Incredible character.
Look out there, it's a fucking coup d'etat.
I can't see. Fuck Mook, I have no eyes.
But we couldn't get him on the list. But
Also, I'd also like to mention Antonio Banderas and Tom Cruise were the 2 other actors I was mentioning for an Interview with a Vampire.
This is the only real evil left.
Also on this.
right.
Also, very cool in there. Actually, Tom Cruise is very creepy in that at one point, and it scared me.
Number 2, Vin Diesel. Vinny.
Now, we just mentioned Antonio Banderas' voice, but Vin Diesel's tops. It really does. He scares me a lot.
Vin Diesel's pretty awesome.
In Fast and the Furious, when you find out that when Vin Diesel finds out that Paul Walker's a cop, you know the whole time, but he just turns out of him and looks at him. It's just like, I'm sitting in the movie theater, scared out of my mind, for Paul Walker, who's about to get his just ass kicked hard. Ugh.
And Triple X, like really the epitome of the early 2000s action movie.
Agreed.
I mean,
Agreed.
it was just so well done. I mean, it wasn't like the best movie of all time, but
Right.
like you couldn't say that Vin Diesel jumping off of a bridge with a freaking convertible was like
Yes.
not the most cool thing of all time.
Excuse me while I kiss this guy.
Like,
Exactly.
He knows how to get it done, and plus we got a little nerd cred there. He plays a lot of D&D.
Indeed, he does.
Even while I was bouncing, which is the antithesis of Dungeons and Dragons, even while I was bouncing, if I had a night off, I was playing Dungeons and Dragons.
And he's actually the number 2 most popular person on Facebook, behind Barack Obama. He has 3.5 million Facebook fans.
That is impressive.
Yeah, Vin Diesel, good guy. Good guy and a incredible badass.
Quick out shout out to A Man Apart. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Very good.
I haven't.
Very, very good.
What is it?
A Man Apart.
A Man Apart.
Yes.
Alright.
Quite good.
And number 1, Clint Eastwood.
He's 60 or 70 now, and he's still kicking
Can we just roll the clip?
I know what you're thinking, punk. You're thinking, did he fire 6 shots or only 5? Now, to tell you the truth, I forgot myself in all this excitement. But being this is a 44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world, and will blow your head clean off, you've got to ask yourself the question, do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Clint Eastwood.
Squinty eyes.
Oh, squinty eyes. So I mean, I don't even know what to say because he's
the biggest badass of all time.
all the westerns, Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and then
The spaghetti westerns, I believe you're looking for.
yeah,
Yes. A Fistful of Dollars.
Fistful of Dollars, the other one I was looking for.
Yeah, those are his 2 other ones. The spaghetti westerns. He's
and
unbelievable.
surprisingly, in the last year, Gran Torino.
Fabulous movie.
I didn't actually see it
Great
because
movie. Definitely worth a watch.
I wussed out on it in theaters because I thought it was like, oh, they're bringing back Clint Eastwood. This is gonna suck. It's gonna be like Rocky 6, and I just don't want to see it. But apparently, it was like incredibly good. So I think it's got to be on my list now.
It's up there with Unforgiven. If you've seen that one, that is one of, I think personally, the best western probably ever made. Truly, and it's completely anti-violence. It's Clint Eastwood basically take his whole career and said, I'm against what I did for most of my time. So, and he directed himself, did all that. It was unbelievable. Great movie.
It's a hell of a thing, killing a man.
take away all he's got. And all he's ever gonna.
Wow.
And he is definitely an anti-hero on that one.
Yeah. Alright, so from number 10 to number 1, starting from number 10, Denzel Washington. Number 9, Russell Crowe. Number 8, Sly Stallone. Number 7, John Wayne. Number 6, Brad Pitt. Number 5, Mel Gibson. Number 4, Tom Cruise. Number 3, Antonio Banderas. Number 2, Vin Diesel. Number 1, Clint Eastwood. Great list. It was a tough list to make.
It was very tough.
But I think we got it right in the end. We're going to throw it over to Harms for the check.
Thanks, Nate. I'm Nick Harms, and this is the check. Basically, I will be giving my input on the list, some honorable mentions that didn't quite make the top 10, but we felt were worthy of, getting some airtime. So basically, we're going to start out with the one person, in my take, I thought should have made it was definitely Gerard Butler. His work in 300 and Beowulf, maybe not that great of a movie, but still it was epic. He is very badass. So I understand him not making the top 10. The top 10 has a lot of good actors, but I feel he should have made it, in my opinion. Also, one of my favorites was Jason Statham. Anything he does is just instant badassness. So the Transporter series and Crank, just awesome. And then real quickly, just some other ones that we feel should have made an appearance is Mark Wahlberg, many movies, Samuel L. Jackson, plethora of movies to pick from badassness. Colin Farrell deserves a notice. Bruce Willis, definitely. And then some dark horses that I feel should be noted were John Travolta. He's not that badass you would think, but he plays some great characters. And Heath Ledger, mainly just because from the Dark Knight, but he has some good ones. Like A Knight's Tale, very badass, even though he wasn't, that much. And then it's very cliche, but I figure, what's a badass actor list without Bruce Lee and some Chuck Norris? But that's just a little small take on it. So, but that'll wrap it up for this edition. Thank you very much for watching, and thanks, Nate.
Thanks, Harms. And that closes up the first episode of Two Guys, One List. And next week, we're going to take on the top 10 video game characters of all time. So we'll hope you join us then. And we will see you later.
He's a young fella and maybe new to some of you, but I've worked with him and I predict he'll be a big star. So you might as well get used to him.